is inside of me.
Hello friends, today I am showing you 5 such trailing vine plants which not only look good but also enhance the decor of your house. But before that, if you are new, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to get the upcoming latest video. Do follow me on Instagram where I post on the plant recent photos. These 5 houseplants which I am telling you is actually the indoor houseplants which you can keep as an indoor. So without wasting much time, let's get started. The first plant in my list is the Monstera. This Monstera is commonly known as Swiss cheese Monstera. Nowadays, this plant has become a very popular plant as an indoor designing. The major reason behind of this popularity is this small tiny holes which looks like a Swiss cheese. These small leaf Swiss cheese Monstera are easily available in the local nurseries. They are well adapted in any condition you put them. Mainly they put them in a shady area where they grow very well there. Monstera requires a partial light condition where they thrive very well there. They doesn't like the harsh or the direct sunlight to be on them. This might burn the leaves and the branches too. Put them in an area where it receives the partial filtered indirect sunlight. Don't put them in a full darkness area, otherwise the leaves will be very small and the growth will be very retarded. Monstera requires a very well-drained soil where they can penetrate their aerial roots in the soil and grow them very well. Make sure that your soil mixture must contain some proportion of sand which will make your soil a porous and well-drained one. Choose a pot which contains a drainage hole so that it doesn't get waterlogged situation and the excess water gets drained off. Monstera can't able to tolerate the high temperature which might burn the leaves and retard its growth too. So keep them an area where it receives the moderate temperature, or you can keep them inside indoor where it receives the room temperature. Although Monstera are not harmful for the pets or the children, but for the safety purpose keep them away from them. The aerial roots which you find on the nodes area that can be propagated and further grown into a big mother plant of Monsteras. To make your Monstera a bushier one and a healthier one, cut the tip from the top and you should miss the node area so that it produces the aerial roots and will help in the better growth. Although there is a rare chances of pest attack on the Monsteras, but if there is a pest attack, spray neem oil solution which is a very effective solution. Because of their look, Monsteras are nowadays very much recommended by the interiors and architect to keep them indoors, which looks a very attractive one and increase the decor of that particular space where you kept there. The next plant in my list is the Pothos. Pothos are generally known as money plant. This plant is a very common plant and is found in every houses. The pothos or the money plant comes in a different varieties and variegations. The broad leaves, tiny leaves, or the variegation the marble queen, silver pothos and many other. But the commonly these pothos are found in every houses is this one. You will find at the node area the aerial roots are coming out. This is the part where we can propagate them and grow them in a big huge mother plant. The light condition which it tolerates are the partial light or the direct sunlight. Both light conditions are suitable for this plant. The light depends on the leaf shade. That means if you put them in a brighter spot, the leaves will be the bright green one, and if you put them in a darker spot, the leaves will be the small one and the dark green one. This plant needs a well-draining soil like other plants, and this can tolerate in the room temperature very well. These pothos are quite a popular house plant because the NASA has listed them as an air purifying or the air cleaning plant indoor. This plant has the efficiency to clean the surrounding air and remove the indoor pollutant which comes in our paints, furnitures, varnishes, etc. Same as Monstera, apply the tip to grow them as a bushier one. That brings to my next plant, which grow easily in small containers, is Syngonium erythrophyllum. They are the very different plants from the regular Syngonium variety which I have shown you earlier. I have placed this Syngonium into the 4 inches black pot into this beautiful containers. I think this container is going to be contrasting with these dark green leaves. This leaf has become old and changed its color will soon sheds off, while on the other hand new leaves are arising. The dark green leaves in front and the red color ones in the back makes it a very stylish looking houseplant. I used to keep them a bit low light area. The low light area will allow them to produce more darker leaves and will maintain its beauty. Once in a week I used to bath them in a brighter area which makes him healthy looking plant. Keeping them in sunlight might burn the leaves and damage the beauty of this plant. These are actually the 2 small plants placed in one container. I have not yet repotted it. Soon I will share its video on repotting. This plant is delicate one and shows better result in small containers. The next plant in my list is the silver pothos. Silver pothos are nowadays a very popular plant because of its leaf variegation. This plant look very great when you put them indoors as a home decor. These pothos are quite different from the normal pothos which we find them. When you provide them an appropriate condition to grow them, they will grow the leaves very big and large with a beautiful variegation on them. The caring tips of this plant is quite simple, which makes them a popular plant to keep them as an indoor to everyone. This plant is also a hardy plant which grows in a vine which produce aerial roots which can be further propagated if this plant has got any damage. Place them a spot where it receives the brighter light or the indirect sunlight, but not the direct or the harsh sunlight which might burn the tips and eventually lead to the death of this plant. Although if you don't care it very much or give them any much attention, they will thrive well. The plant or the vine which they produce the aerial roots have the sign of better growth and a healthier growth one. You can clearly see that my soil is the moist one as because I have recently watered them. Please remember, don't overwater them as because it might die the plant because of the rotting of the roots. If you provide a moss stake for them a support, the aerial roots will grow very well and the plant will become eventually a bushier one and a healthier one. Although there are very rare chances that the pests attack them, if they attack them, spray neem oil solution which is a very effective one. These silver pothos are quite unhealthy for the pets and the children if they swallow their leaves. So keep them a distance away where they can't reach them. This plant looks very great and attractive one when you place them indoor as a contrasting form of your wall color. The next plant in my list is this Philodendron. Here in this Philodendron you can clearly see the small pups or the small leaves are coming out from the node as because I have cut the tip to make them a bushier one. Recently I have made the 5 trending plants to grow from the cuttings. The Philodendron was one of them. I will give the link below in the description box to have the full video. Till now, I have not changed the poly bag into a new container as because I wanted the Philodendron to get settled in them and have a nice growth on them. After that, when I will see the new leaves are coming out, I will put them into a new pot which I will share the video on with you. This leaf you will see that there is no variegation, only the simple green heart-shaped leaf. But the previous one you have observed that there are the variegations on them. The leaves are quite small, the previous one. The watering, lighting, soil condition and the temperature are quite similar than of the silver pothos. You should keep them in a brighter spot where it receives the filtered light and don't overwater them as it might harm the roots and eventually lead to the death of this plant. You can easily propagate them as you can find the aerial roots on the each node in the every single leaf. When you provide them a moss stick to trail around them, this plant will grow a very bushier one and a broad leaf. That's all for today guys, a complete guide for a beginner of 5 trailing plants that look great and enhance the decor of your house. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I will be back soon with an amazing video tomorrow.